Hey family. Hello my brothers and sisters in the spirit. Thank you for checking back with your sister. I greet you all with love and light and the Most High God, source of all things, source within you. Welcome, welcome, my new subscribers, as well as new viewers checking in. Please know there is no coincidence. With this video right here, I also want to thank those. I'm so full of gratitude that takes the time to think of your sister and sowing seeds of love and support for my channel. You don't have to do it, but I thank you, and you knows who you are. I appreciate you. Much love and blessing to you always. Thank you so much. With this video right here, I pretty much want to encourage many of you due to the times that we're living in. And, it's very crazy, okay? It's very unpredictable and chaotic, okay? Due to my last video, I was letting many of you know how, a lot of people would be pretty much activated, sadly, being pimped by the, it's like the government within the government, because there are different layers to the government, okay? It's not the government in a whole, because everybody don't know what everybody's doing. Let me just say that. It's like a government within the government, due to the Black Op projects and all that with the CIA. There are different levels, okay, to it. But anyway, it's going to be ongoing, anytime you look around and something just jump off and you hear about more shootings and just chaos, period. Even bombing. These things are to be expected. For those of you who are Bible readers, you know this for yourself. That's the time that we're living in, especially if many of us are living in the timeline, okay? And that's a whole nother video, but I'm just saying, when you're pretty much in that timeline, you're seeing a lot of things unfold. That's all I'm saying. But have no fear, because it's pretty much an illusion. And you're hurting nobody but yourself, and you're also feeding the beast. So even the word tell you to walk in power, love, and sound mind. So this is what I'm doing, family. And I'm suggesting many of you, to try to get a handle on your fears, okay? Because it would just paralyze you. And you'd be so scared to do anything, to even go anywhere, You have to keep living, you have to be about purpose and get out here and shine your light, okay? And pass the torch, shall I say. If you're having experiences, speak up, make your own videos or, for anyone who's in need, just speak up, because you're being a voice to the voiceless. Because many people want to speak up, but for whatever reason, they don't. So that's all I want to say on that. Let me just say this. I want to give many of you a testimony. I know I did a while back. I was mentioning how I was in that so-called almost car wreck with my son, taking him to school. This has been like some years back. I think it was like 2 years ago when he was in high school. He was a car rider. I was giving my testimony how, divinely I was covered. Let me just say this, family. I don't know what everybody, faith is, what you believe in, but your sister definitely believe in a higher power, something that's far greater than myself. And I know as a father as well as a son, okay? I do acknowledge Christ Jesus Yeshua. That's me, okay? I'm in a no judging zone. I'm in my heart space, so I don't judge so that I won't be judged. But if anybody do judge me, that's not my problem. I'm just letting you know where I am and what I believe in. I'm spiritual. I'm gonna say spiritually rich, shall I say? Been given the gift to go within myself and to see so many things that I know that what's in the word is speaking truth, okay? Because I've seen a lot of it for myself, within myself, due to the fact that my third eye has been activated. If you want to call it your spiritual eye, whatever you want to call it, I've been able to see within myself, like many of you. We're all just at different levels of spiritually, the spiritual growth part. We're all just at different levels, that's all. But We shall get there, okay? We shall get there. But everyone must get there for themselves. And I still have a lot of growth to do. But the point I'm trying to make is I remember in the Word when Christ said, it was written, I forgot exactly where, but I remember it was saying that to lose your life is to save it, and to save your life is to lose it. There's going to be many times, I mean, you see it now on the news how, when sudden destruction happens, how people get to running to and fro. For instance, if it's bombing, people get to running to and fro. If it's shooting going on, people get to running to and fro, out of fear and which creates chaos. But the point I'm trying to make is, and don't get me wrong, I know it's easy for me to say, oh, this is what I would have done if I was there. This is what I would have done. It's easy for me to say it because I'm not in that situation. But I just want to give many of you something to think about because I'm thinking about this daily. When you know you are covered, you are a child of the light, you are a child of the Most High God, okay? You are a child of source, period. You are divinely loved, guided, protected, and provided for always. Just knowing this and you being your heart space and you have raised your vibration, okay? What I knows is when I've had spiritual warfare, okay, in the past, and I still have it every now and then, but when I have had it, I've overcame, okay, by the grace of the Most High God, I have overcame by knowledge, because knowledge is power, by learning about vibration, okay? You raise your vibration, okay? And you dealing with spirit, okay, which is disembodied, spirits, and they're in the unseen, but they are touching you and they are harassing you, and you overcome them. They bow down, okay, with the name of Christ Jesus Yeshua. You know, uh, you know how to counsel the assignment of the enemy. When you get to this place of having the victory when it comes to the unseen and spirits, surely you can have the victory when it comes to people in the physical, because it is the spirit that's really running things. Okay, it's what's inside of people that's really running things. That's why I always say, what's behind that spirit? When you knows who you are, just know that he that is in you is greater than he that is in the world, and you are covered, family. I don't care if you are in the midst of chaos; those bullets will go around you. If it's the will of the Most High God, you're about give the fact you have purpose in your life. He don't. Your time will not be up. You will be covered by some divinely way. You will be covered. Your angels will be dispatched and they will cover you. Okay, I know this for myself. I've seen it time and time again in my life. That's how I know I have purpose. Let me just share something with you real quick. I was born in 1971, okay? Your sister, July the 31st, I turned 48. And I'm grateful I have my health, my needs are met. I'm power, love, and sound mind. I'm grateful to live to see the age of 48, okay? That people just jump like flies. They're younger that's younger than myself. So I'm definitely grateful to be the age of 48 and to have wisdom, okay, which is far greater than silver and gold, okay? Because a lot of people chase the silver and gold, but they have no wisdom. The point I'm trying to make is I was born in 1971, so I'm going to say this happened in 77 or 78. I was very foolish. You know how children are. Children are fearless, okay, and they do and don't think. Some of them do, but then you have those that are very foolish, okay. And I in my room we had with a socket bed. I was, for some reason, I was just so intrigued with the socket. For one thing, it was a hole that was next to the socket. I shared a room with my brother and my cousin at the time. It was for a short moment, but I used to share a room with my brother and my cousin, and they used to play fight and wrestle, and one of them put a hole in the wall, okay, due to wrestling, and the hole was right next to the socket. So here I am foolishly, I'm looking in the hole, and this was during the time I was in the room by myself. I'm looking in the hole. I'm just fascinated with it. I can see the wires and everything. Just not thinking. Not thinking if something could happen to me. So here I am, foolishly go down the stairs, and I went to go get I think I went to go get a butter knife. Okay, a metal butter knife. Here I am, foolishly. Don't know why I did it, family. Just did it. Okay. Here I am foolishly playing with the socket with a butter knife, okay? Now, you know, just like I know, that can kill you. I'm 48 now, and I remember like it was yesterday. Let me just say this real quick. I remember just, fumbling inside the hole that was next to the socket, okay? And all of a sudden, I, I didn't hear it, I felt it. And I immediately knew I was being electrocuted. I could not. My first instinct was to try to drop the butter knife, but for some reason I couldn't. It's like I was just attached. It's like the energy from the cords, but the energy from the socket. It's so strong, family. It's like it just sucks you in, and you can't let go. And I just froze in fear. I was like, just how it was. And the whole time thinking, trying to hurry up and drop it, okay? And I felt the jolt throughout my whole body. It was like my body was vibrating. But looking back on it, all I know is I was in fear, and I remember because I did it with my right hand, and I remember my arm was kind of sore, like. All I know is I was in complete shock because I couldn't let go. Long story short, by the grace of the Most High God, I don't know how. I don't know how, but I mustered up enough strength to drop the butter knife. Okay. Now like I know, it ain't no way in hell that I would have the strength to do that, because when that force hits your body and you've been electrocuted, it's hard to let go of anything. I take no credit for it. All I know is my angels were dispatched. Most High God said, no, it's not your time. My angels were dispatched, and I was divinely protected, covered, and that grip of the power of that electrical shock let me go. It just stopped. I immediately dropped the butter knife. I started crying. I remember this sharp pain going up my hand. I could feel it going up my arm, and I was doing like this. But it was my right hand, but I was doing like this. I was shaking it because, it shocked me. And I could feel the electrical currents going through my body, and it's like a pull, just like many of you have that feeling when you sleep and you can't, move. It feels like that. Like you can't move your body. I could not move. So anyway, hello, mommy on the phone real quick. Hold on, family. I got distracted. I apologize. I think back on it. I say it ain't nothing but God. But anyway, I think about that movie Brewster Place. I don't know if many of you have seen it before. I think it was like black women, 4 or 5 black women. I think it came out in the early, I don't know, maybe the early '90s, maybe. It was called Women of Brewster Place. Okay, all I want to say is one of the women, she had a little girl, and she was in a very abusive relationship, trying to hold on to that man. And her man was just on that man, and she put her daughter down. She put her daughter down in the front room, and busy worrying about chasing that man, trying to get him to stay with her. 'Cause I think he was going to leave or whatever. And the crazy thing about it is when she put her daughter down, she was in the other room, carrying on, fussing and fighting. Well, not fussing and fighting, but, just trying to convince her man to stay with her, because she didn't want to be alone. And her mind just got off of her daughter. And her daughter was like at the age to where she can crawl. So little girl saw a little roach. The roach went inside the socket, okay? It was like a little gap, little hole that was next to the socket. So the little girl saw it. And she went, I think, family, correct me if I'm wrong. I think that she went to go get a fork or some scissors. She had went and got some kind of metal object, okay? And she started to, 'cause she was curious. You know how kids are, just like how I was. And she kept poking at the socket. So while the mother is in the other room, her mind is on the man, not her child, trying to get him to stay with her and all of this mess. Convince him, not to leave her. They both heard zzz, and when they heard it, They ran out of the room, and her baby lying on the floor dead, due to being electrocuted, you know. And I looked at that movie and I just started crying because I'm like, wow, that could have been me, even though I knew it was a movie, things like this happen. Many people survive due to being struck by lightning, and they live to tell it. Many people survive also being electrocuted, and they live to tell it. Well, I'm another survivor, and the point I'm trying to make is family. When many people lose their lives, their life also being saved. Okay, when the Most High God's not ready for you, and your time is not yet. Okay, you have purpose. Okay, nothing's going to come near your dwelling place. Let me say that again. When the Most High God is not ready for you, and your time is not up. Okay, and you have purpose, nothing is going to come near your dwelling place. Nothing's going to harm you. I think about people who be in the path of a tornado. Do you notice how the tornado moves? It go down a straight path, okay? Eventually it end up, switching, it end up switching directions. But while it's going down a particular path, do you notice it skips certain houses? Do you notice that? It skips certain houses. One or two houses that tear them up, they flat. The next house is not touched. The next house damaged, flat. The next two houses, they're not touched. The next three houses damaged, flat. You get what I'm going with this? These are people who are covered. They're divinely covered in the midst of chaos. Okay? So me saying this, yes, there are going to be many things to come, okay? That's going to scare the heebie-jeebies out of a lot of us, okay? But just know this, when you knows who you are, stand firm in your faith. You knows who you are, okay? Walk as a child of the light, okay? And acknowledge the Most High God. Worship Him in spirit and in truth, okay? You're in a divine. You carry the spark of the divine within you. Even though many of you, might feel separated because you don't have no kind of experience from God, He's inside of you, okay? All right, the spark of the divine is inside of you. You might can't see it now, but one day you will see it. Just keep seeking that light. Keep meditating. That's what your sister did. And I did a lot of other things, but I give the Most High God all the credit because I know if it had not been for God, especially when I was attacked, in the past, due to spiritual warfare, okay, dealing with the unseen forces. I knows what I'm talking about. That's why I make these videos, okay, because a lot of people think it's hype. A lot of people think I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. A lot of people don't even believe that I even had I experienced being an abductee, with dealing with these grays and all of that and mantis beings, and I've also seen lyrans and all of this, and I seen octurians. I've seen them. A lot of times they come through my wall. I have the gift of sight to see it, but I take no credit for it. But I share my experience because I know it can help somebody, okay, family? Please, please try to walk in your heart space. Because when you're in your heart space, you don't have time to judge nobody. When you're in your heart space, you're walking in love and compassionate. That's what being in your heart space truly mean, because love is the ultimate highest vibration, and that's what's going to keep you in these times that we're living in, okay? It's not walking around thinking it's all about you. It's not walking around judging your brothers and sisters, putting them down, calling them names. That's not what it's all about, because all you're doing is harming yourself. Those arrows you're throwing at somebody else, they're coming back at you. Please hear your sister out. Please try to work on yourself, family, so that way, when sudden destruction comes, you will be covered. Because for one thing, you have renewed your mind. You are in your heart space, which raises your vibration, okay? And you are what you attract. Let me say that. You are what you attract, okay? Light attracts light. And even if some darkness do come around, it shall not harm you. It shall not harm you, because the higher the dimensions are, there's a certain realm that it cannot go past. That's the fifth dimension, okay? These low vibrational entities and disembodied spirits cannot go past the fifth dimension, okay? Just knows that. But you can travel and go anywhere for free within yourself, because the kingdom is within you. The universe is within you. Okay, family? So that's all I want to say. I just want to make this video short and sweet. I just want to let you know that yes, your sister has the victory. You know, start speaking positive affirmations over your life. You know, you're worthy of it. You're a child of light. Speak it, okay? Because if you don't believe it about yourself, nobody else is going to. Okay, family? Be you. Be authentic you. And that's what you're going to attract unto yourself, family. Now, your sister may not know everything, but I knows what I know. And I'm always speaking on what I do know. I love you in Christ. I thank you for checking your sister out. And I thank you once again for your love, offering, and your support because it really helps me. Okay? As you see, a lot of times I don't even monetize my videos because it's not really all about the money. But when somebody think about me just because, you know I am grateful for your love. And the Most High God had put me on your mind. Peace and love to you all. And thank you.